Hi, I'm Christiana, and I just wanted to say something about bullying. So, it's really annoying me, and I'm getting so frustrated because whenever I'm at school, like, I haven't seen people bullying other people since I was like in 6th grade and stuff. And when I was little, I remember being bullied a little bit, but that's because you were younger, and that's when it's more common. But then now, we're in high school. And recently, a girl took her own life because of bullying. So I know that I can't explain the stresses that they've dealt with, but I don't, everything you go through makes you stronger. So when someone is bullying you, you need to be strong and stick up for yourself. And even if you have, and you keep being brought down by them, just keep on fighting and pushing through because that's how you have to deal with that stuff. Hold on. Hold on! Sorry. So, anyway, when people are bullying you and putting you down about things, you have to be strong and pick yourself back up, no matter how low you get. If they get you to the lowest point, then they think they're winning. And it's not a game. You don't want this to be a game. You need to be yourself and show them you don't like me. Good for you. Get out of my way and be yourself. Don't fight back with them and stoop down to their level. Just have to be like, you know what? I don't care. Good. You want to bully me? Bully me. You don't want to care. That's the big thing. And then when people see your self confidence, they're like, oh, I'm messing with the wrong person. I'm gonna head on to this kid. And when you see them head on to that kid, do something. Say something. But don't start cursing and being like, yo, you're a jerk, Whatever. Just be like, I don't know. Say something that you would say, who you are. If you're against bullying and then you go and say something to be aggressive, that's just going against what you believe in. You're being a hypocrite. You're, even though you're not doing it to bully that person, you are bullying them. So you gotta be careful. So anyway, I was on the bus going home from school a couple of weeks ago, and there's this kid. He has a sister on his bus, and the sister, I think she's a little embarrassed of him, so she doesn't like, because he's not in that cooler group, but she's not totally popular, but she's like, like more socially active with everyone else. So the girl just stays away from him and she doesn't even acknowledge him, which is really messed up because if that was my brother, I'd be saying something. So anyway, here come the popular girls, and honestly, I just think they're posers. Like, being popular doesn't mean you have to walk around being crazy and being a jerk to everyone. No, that's not what popular is. Popular is having a good group of friends, whatever. Anyway, so the little boy, he's kind of, he doesn't look that confident, so he's easy to pick on. So these girls are putting things in his hair, like little pieces of paper. And at first, I was like, oh, like I thought it was their friend because like they're surrounding him and it's the bus and usually I don't see bullying a lot. So I thought this was their friend or something, like joking around. But then I saw that the kid wasn't moving or flicking it out of his hair, or turning around to talk to them. And then they start laughing and pointing at him. So I'm figuring, oh, they're bullying him. And I didn't realize this until a stop before my stop. So I really regretted not saying anything. And I was like, next time I'm going to say something. And I know it's hard to stick up and say something, but you should. Like I should have done that day. So then he gets off the stop before me. I think, yeah, like we live right next to each other. And his sister is getting off with him. Like he's going, but not with him. Like they're just getting off on the same stop. He gets off on the first. He goes out the first door. She goes out the second. And she's embarrassed of him. And that just like really hurt me. Like to see that. But then the girls started picking on the sister and said, "Oh, there goes his sister." Like, you're cool. But anyway, she doesn't deserve that, but in a way she kind of did because she wasn't there for her brother. But still, the bullies are wrong. So then, I really got pissed off, and I didn't. I get angry sometimes, so I didn't say anything. And good thing I didn't because I wanted to be calm, cool, and collected, which I wouldn't be if I said something. But I would have stuck up for him. And if I ever saw that again, I would take it as a way like to go over to him and maybe like talk to him, sit down with him. And that way the girls would be like, "Wait, someone's going over to talk to him." Like someone who socializes a lot and who has other friends. Not saying I'm the most popular person, which I'm not, but if someone who thinks that they're cool sees someone else who's cool talking to someone who's not the coolest person in the world, it's not going to be so easy to target that loser as they would think. So, next time I was on the bus, it was a month after, and I switched buses because these girls are so annoying and they scream and shout the whole time on the bus. So I switched to the second bus. So then I get on the bus yesterday, and my friend was sitting down, and supposedly his foot was out, and the kid with his group of friends walks past him, and my friend's foot hit his leg. And if anything, the kid who ran past him was in the fault because you didn't watch where you were going when this kid's just sitting there doing nothing. So the kid sits down, and I'm at the top of the bus, and the kid sits down, and he's like, "Oh, you didn't say sorry, F you, this, that." And my friend's just sitting there like, "What?" And I don't know, it was just. So I get up and I look at them, and then I just get down and I go stand next to the kid who I'm friends with. And I'm trying to like block them from seeing him, so it's like they see someone with him. But he also had two of his other friends there. So we're just sitting there, and they keep on going. They're like, "I'm gonna get off your stop. I'm gonna go beat you up." And there's this girl, the same girl who was on the first bus that other time, and she's like, "Yeah, that's cray. You cray. You cray." And I'm like, you are just ridiculous because your words come from lyrics from a song. You can't even think of your own words. Not only that, you're just a poser. I'm sorry, but you are. And she's trying to talk like she's from like Staten Island, and she's like, which we're from Staten Island. She's just or like, "Yeah, you're stupid." And she's a white girl. And like that's not your voice, because I've heard this girl talk before. She's just sitting with these kids who talk like this, so she's trying to act like them, and like if you act like that and you're a nice person, who cares? But don't try and be something you're not. And it just really bugs me. I don't know. So then I everyone was like, "Don't say anything, don't get into it." And I would have turned around nicely and said, "Guys, can you just stop? Like, obviously it was an accident, and he's not going to say sorry now because you're threatening him." But everyone was trying not to be like, they didn't want to be like them, so they were being all mature. But next time I have to say something, just to get this off my chest, I'm making a YouTube video about it, because bullying is becoming something very serious. And I don't know, it just, I feel bad for the kids who have to put up with that stuff. And when I see it, I get so angry because most of the time bullies, they come in groups. Like, even if it's two of them, they're doing it because, like, it's usually never one bully. It's usually more than that. And the more the bullies, they're gonna try and Sorry. They're gonna try and impress the other kid, and like, that's how they make themselves laugh. So, yeah. So this is pretty much my ideas on bullying. And the girl who took her life, she took pills and then I think she ran in front of a bus after being bullied every day. And she is in a local high school. She was. And that's the story that was going around. I don't know the full truth. But then on Facebook, everyone's saying to me that her rest in peace page, like I heard a couple of kids say this, that her bullies don't even have sympathy now, and they post pictures of buses and things that she could have killed herself with, and I don't know if that's true because I didn't look on the page, because if I looked on the page I would have got really upset, so I just stayed away from that and kept out of that. And I don't know, it's just, you don't want to start on someone's page who just died, and then if I went on that page and I was like, guys, stop, cut it out, I don't know, it's very hard to resolve the issue, but if you see it happening, do something. Like the second time I saw my friend, even if he wasn't my friend, I saw him getting picked on, and he's like, they don't know him, so it was easy for them to pick on him, and they don't really see him a lot in school. So they just picked on him, and I walked over to him. I got up. I was sitting by them because they walked over to me because they were just getting on the bus, and they didn't know me either. But I got up. I looked at them. I walked down the steps from the bus, and I stood in front of the kid so they couldn't really get to him. But anyway, that girl who was saying, that's cray, whatever, my friend told me that when I got off the bus, she was like, oh, I'm gonna slap that girl. And I'm like, you're talk. Because if you really were gonna slap me, or your boys were really gonna hurt my friend, then you guys would have done it already. So I don't know. Bullies usually are talk, but if they get violent with you, you just have to stick up for yourself and tell someone who cares about you, or someone who's actually willing, who doesn't even know you, will get up and say something. So I pray my prayers go out to people who are bullied and people who have to deal with this. And I actually pray for the bullies that they stop, because it's horrible. If someone took their life, what does the family have to deal with? It wasn't strong of that person to take their life, but still, that's horrible. Alright, these are my ideas on bullying. Thanks for watching.